of the storytellers. I'm going to say this. This ain't a rap song, I don't write songs. I write futures, Afro-black form. Black on statements, make matrix, manifest greatness. Yin and yang, gold flakes in my water. Monatomic, prophetic through impressive phonics. Bout dough like harmonics. In accord with more in common than commas. I'm about commas, but what for? We got a couple hundred bands to keep a black business out of gentrifying hands. Connect gang came together with a plan, so generations later, shit still stands. Obelisk, like my dick in the morning. Obelisk is hobby, yes, I'm hard, think avocado flesh. I model manifest science and model fresh flyness. Piss test non-compliance, I drop dope. I was building power with those who lost hope. Then pop collars with those who lost scope of how fly we are like cardinal no pope. Dirty water, it take more than soap. Can't take a deep breath, live next to pet coke. Take to the state, then block dough by dough. All power to change, cause niggas was woke and niggas was broke. The trigger that broke the levee, water levee foreclose up north. Recourse go forth, move to resource. New economies and all needs therefore. New economies, no beans and pork. It's no handouts, we passing land out. To no land routes, pass the handouts. How to stash, bug out, bag, and be out. How to spash, bug out, cash, and reroute. With Haru, I view like I'm up in the treehouse. Hollow spits, fully armed, tattoo, sleeve style. Predicate, out here, subject, we. Ow! Let's get it. Let's get it. Rap song. I don't write songs. I write futures, Afro-black form. This ain't a poem. We don't spit poems. We write futures, Afro-black form. You hear me?
Yeah.
Coming to the box next. Was gonna do this in this way, but I'm gonna do this in this way. First, I'm gonna ask Clarita Peace Bell and Brittany Ward, if y'all can be like right here, close, please. Yeah, because there's this thing that's going on in my body where we want to do a thing. We want y'all both right here because of what you both mean to me. So this. Yeah, right here for a second. Just let me get my thoughts, because this is the thing that's going on right now, y'all. What's that? We have Clarita Peace Bell. Make some noise for Peace, y'all. In real life. If you know Peace, if you know that nigga, can make some noise, for real. And if you don't, that's what's up. That's why we're here. So, Peace is one of Detroit's poet, literary arts matriarchs. There has been this activity that for sure started in the late 90s. Super shout out my bro Fluent with Cafe Mahogany. There were a group of people in a very real way who came together as community, stayed together as community, not only nurtured and loved on themselves, yet through that activity, they ended up creating the Detroit Poetry Center. Now, it's a lot of niggas who write poems. You know what I mean? There's a lot of niggas that be like, yo, blah, 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 blah. Yet, in every scene, and I'm talking about poetry, but in the poetry scene, out of everybody, there's only a small population of people who, within themselves, got their own, their design, and they're built in a way to where they actively, almost like it's a job, they go out here loving on each other, like loving, supporting, like yo. Kari told a whole story about Peace, like mentor, public speaking, coach. That was no cap. Peace is one of these beings that I'm listening, I'm looking, I'm paying attention on purpose just to key in to how I can support, to key into how can I say a thing that helps you be this much more in touch with your fucking beauty and your brilliance, because you're already bringing it, yet she's one of them ones, like a mama, like a matriarch, like, you know what? I see you, baby. I do, for real. And I can tell if you don't see yourself all the way. For real. Yes, sir. And then I'm gonna do a thing. That is a small population of people in Detroit, in any of the arts disciplines, fucking music, fucking poetry, but Coretha Peace Bell is that matriarch. That's why you're here in real life. Now, Brittany Ward. B is a young, yo, it's like, this is not a torch being passed because both of them are actors. You know what I mean? They both in the game. They're both in the game. You know what I mean? At the same time, very much what's going on right now is me looking at this continuum of the black matriarchs in poetry. Brittany Ward, out of her own heart, just how her own shit is designed, she has been. This is what I'm really talking about. There are those of us who, in putting ourselves on and promoting ourselves, we actually making space for others at the exact same fucking time. It's one thing to be like, yo, I'm about to go to the open mic. I'm about to get a feature. It's another thing to be like, yo, I want to perform, so I'm going to do a show and invite people to the shit, and then I'll perform too. Them is special kind of thinkers. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine this type of shit like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna make me some food. You know what? I'm hungry. I'm gonna cook dinner for all you niggas. And then I'll eat with y'all. That's special. That's Brittany in real life. So the reason why I wanted y'all both to be here right now in this moment and me tell this story is because we're looking at some old, like this is where time becomes not real. Because we're looking at the past, the present, and the future in two beings in a particular kind of way. I'm gonna dot it right there. Y'all wanna flip a point who goes? Not jokes, that was jokes. What we are gonna do, just in the spirit of ancestral literacy, in the spirit of my grandmas, then they say you honor the portals. So we're going to honor the fact that Coretha Peace Bell is a portal in a particular way. So we're going to bring up one of Detroit's foremost portals for poetry, Coretha Peace Bell.
All right. Good family. Thank you, Bryce. That was amazing. Thank you so much. Alonte. Beautiful exhibition, bro. There's a saying from one of my dear friends that the eye sees everything but itself, right? So, in my view, is all of you. You're the only ones that can view me, right? I can't really see myself in this moment like you can. So I thank you for being brave enough to tell our stories through your eye. You know, it's amazing. So when I came in, this is my first day into the exhibition. And I'm so, I was really feeling away because I should have been here earlier than today. My whole thing switched up when I walked in here and saw all of these amazing images. And so I just want to share some totally different writings that I have, if that's okay.
Right.
Loose me to a white world canvas. Gather up the coloring for the portrait of change. Watch me splatter this regal across the diaspora. Introduce a standard of beauty that always was. Normalize a culture of being at liberty to liven this place up. No longer blind to privilege, I belong here. Long before you didn't notice. Stage me for the strength in my legs, for the life in my victory lap, the hope in my heavy laden eyes, that my body language reaches across barriers. That I am spotlight in this warhouse. For all we wanted was to click our heels and be a land of sweet home. Less artifact of hostile environment. Convinced a world that I am not void of that spark that creates depth and dimension visible to the naked eye. Tell me you see me in my glory beyond my pigment. Illuminate the weapon of grace I carry on my battlefield. For all we wanted was a choice. To be an elegant statement amidst the silence, a dance of jubilee and the resistance, a bright morning sun trespassing the color lines. For all we wanted was to take a fresh breath in polluted air, to linger, to smile for the world and not just for the camera, for independence, to be photogenic, develop a positive relationship between the black and white negative, between the privileged and the powerful, the happy and the heartbroken. For all we wanted was to be free from what? From want of what was already ours. To be possible, to be young, to capture the strength of woman unbound. The sky's heaven in a blue dress. To be what our nature demands. For our soul to come through, the picture speak more than 1,000 words, but 1,000,000 stories. To simply document a gorgeous distraction in a world filled with so much unpretty. The American Psychiatric Association has associated the taking of too many selfies as an unhealthy sign of mental health issues. The irony is that I take a multi-supplement of selfies every day to alleviate my mental health issues. I Dropbox all the still moments in my life I couldn't transfer into words. I touch up the ones that speak the racial exposure, the heaviness of society I carry, and the under-eye bags I haul my nights of sleep in. If the sight of my sons alive will return with the morning, the wrinkles that come with the times we living in ain't never enough filters for. The need to capture the shape of white America to come on our faces has an unfavorable tone. Melanin in the White House couldn't even out, can't continue to conceal a system that has never worked for our skin, hoping the application of old problems with new faces keep us from snapping. A picture-perfect world that covers our injury, camouflage the issues of our skin type, being wanted, then hunted. If the two are different looks or the same pose, face down, we've been taking for years, never enough lighting on our dissatisfied mouths, no special effects to whiten our humanity enough for their cameras, so we ride or die with film on our bodies, the only shot we've got to protect our backs from a sensitivity to gunpowder. A police breakout we can't seem to wash our black bodies of. They tell us drinking more water improves the condition of the skin. The water proves to be dirty, too. People dying to find better skin treatment. Wonder why we layered so rough, deep condition rebellion, a trigger away from being a sandstorm. A picture of what happens when the heat of injustice blows in our face for too long, and social heat causes systemic dehydration, loss of consciousness. Flaky skin sends a reflex to one's brain to drink. Drinking in the image of ourselves has become survival. We stay saving our faces from judgmental lenses that thirst to reformat God's work, fail to see us as the sparrow. The unique eye we have to capture our own resurrection in 1/1000th of a second. Time stamp the speed of the self-portrait, developing into self-love becomes a lifesaver, becomes more nourishing than reality, more libation than a light room, feeding random smiles to the sunlight. Gotta do somebody some good. In a world that loves an altered image, and in a snap, deletes the original. People. do I do? I paint.
Yes.
I paint pictures.
Yeah.
I paint pictures with words.
That's right.
I paint pictures with words. In other words, I lay out, adorn, depict vivid representation of objects on scenes of color on surface by means of pigments, usually with a brush. In my case, I use my tongue, stroked against soft palate, lips and larynx valid to articulate. My pictures paint pictures with words. In the beginning was the word, and the word is an expressed thought. Thought is the power to conceive or realize, the state of being aware, careful, and serious. I'm so fucking serious. Do not look at me like that. Careful. I'm not crazy. I paint pictures with words. In the beginning, the word was with God and made flesh. So here I am. What? Do you not believe in my pictures? Do you not believe that I can stroke bold, colorful mixtures of peace of mind on your moon as if my paintings were scripture? Reflect the inspirational energy, light rays from the core of my sun, cause tsunamis within your brain cells, send earthquakes up your spine, make rain and snow, cause hell in your parched pupils, make your physical nervous system and reflexes go mental. Are you afraid to know a God in your life? Well, do you know where you can take my pictures or leave it? You can excrete it or breathe it. You can chew on it or feed it to the hungry. If lacking inspiration, apply generously when needed. Open it up, dissect it and bleed it. Rock it over a beat or accompanied by Webster's Dictionary, thesaurus, metaphysical, anatomy, text, Bible, Quran. Hell, bring a professor and read it. Now back to my thoughts about thoughts. Thoughts are really liquid and they travel on the moisture in the air. So drink this, but not too fast, because I'm still painting and I don't need nasty spills on your conscious or subconscious, whether mentally dead or alive. I will paint beautiful on your canvas today. One word at a time, one stanza, one line with repetition. You think I'm crazy because I repeat what I say. I repeat what I say because I don't have fucking time for your questions. Got to get this lesson in less than 3 minutes and 10 seconds. In my case, maybe 3 minutes and 30 seconds. When I'm working on that for slam purposes, did you not hear me say that I paint all the time? So God has time to perfect her skill. Now think still and look quiet. Perfect. Every 24 billion miles per second, I'm practicing painting beautiful life pictures that are made possible with positive thoughts. That is, everything begins with a thought. Your still life reality is a product of your thought. If you're not happy with your landscape, to change the colors of your thoughts. Stop painting your human form in hell. Stop thinking your wrong thinking is someone else's fault. Get your mindset out that box before I paint it. Paint a picture with words. In the beginning of every 300 milliseconds, the word is moving, the word is real, the word is now, the word is present. So what do you mean? What are you thinking? What are you saying? What are you doing with your paint today? God's. Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right.
Add it up, stats is stacking, racks is racking. Back it up, you check my actions, my story tracking. Back it up, they talking asses, we talking flash this. Niggas sitting on these masters, we flip the axis. Warning lights, my niggas flashing. City lights warming my passions. Leather seats warming my baby's asses. Balance sheet showing I'm growing assets. Legacy, we mastered the stretch, my niggas pass flex. Count of 3, affirm allegiance to my pedigree. Ancestors on my head, colonizers at my feet. Lot of road, work ahead. Now we plotting square feet for every tag on their head. Fashion tags for their feet. As for me, mozzarella, Margellas, pockets creamy, Polaroid on 3BR cheese, wish she see me, 3D, non-fiction section, picture catching truth to relieve, like a picture stepping, it's the correction, yink, 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 photo flashes, clink, 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 golden glasses, another W in my present, W's in my past tense, flip our W's, we amassing, how it's adding up, that math is mathing, yink, 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 photo flashes, clink, 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 golden glasses, another W in my present, W's in my past tense, flip our W's, we amassing, how it's adding up, that math is mathing, what?
What?
Let's get it.
How it's adding up, that math is mathing. It's adding up to BWard. Ashe. Make some noise for 21st century Detroit own.
Ooh-wee, peace. I have words to speak off the paper because when I got the call to write about the undercurrent, I was like, oh, I felt something come through me. I was like, okay, I'm gonna think about this one. And honestly, I'm still thinking about it, you know? I'm realizing that I exist in the undercurrent, like I create there. You know, so it's like, okay, this is informing my artistry, this is informing my craft, my purpose. And I've been thinking about the undercurrent this, undercurrent that. I was like, okay, that's the undercurrent. When you name a thing, you see it all the time now, so I'm like, oh, that's what that is, these chills that I feel, this vibration that I feel, the things that I hear when it's quiet. Oh, that's the undercurrent. And so then I translate that into words. I paint as well. I do Reiki healing as well. I'm an energy healer. I read. Oh, that's the undercurrent. That's spirit speaking. So, here are some words. I tried to compile it together under the time limit. No. But
Take your time.
I am taking my time, but I'm aware of time. Out of respect. I'm just grateful to be here in this lineup. Y'all don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I've been also in the energy of water in general. I just had an event by the water, a sound circle by the water. I performed this morning by the water. Yes, it was raining too. The waves. I'm like, okay, we in the water. Ashe. You know what I'm saying? I've been surrounding myself by water, meaning I've been intentionally isolating myself because I'm going through an integration. I'm also elevating. I'm realizing something is happening right now. So I've been isolating myself. But everything water, 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 emotions, water, 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 processing. And so I'm just grateful to be called into here. This is the energy that I'm in, so it's only alignment. So lately, I've also only been writing about the undercurrent. Now I have this word, this term to name it. You know, only choosing words that just boil, make people think. You know, I will write a line in a poem as I'm writing, and I've been writing. But I will erase it. If it doesn't make my heart move, I'm erasing it. You know, like, no, not like that. I'm gonna say it differently. I'm gonna find a way to say it. Been patient with myself. So I came up with a list of truths as I thought about the undercurrent and what that means. I feel like I should put this down. Y'all good with this? I'm scared to touch this. All right. Oh, I meant like down.
Oh, down.
Should I be down there? I don't know. This is what Joel did.
Would love for you to be up here.
Okay. I'm going to put it down.
Okay.
Yeah, I just need to.
And then raise it up. What we doing?
She wants this to be down.
You want this to be
Yeah.
down?
Like, put it on there.
You gotta help me now.
It's all good.
I'm not
All right.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, gratitude to the Irwin House. Love it here.
Yes. One more time for Misha, y'all.
One more time for Misha. Or another time. I'm going to be honest. I've been in the sky. I've been traveling as well. This is my first time in this exhibition. But I remember my first time being in your exhibition when it was here, I was just like blown away. I was telling everybody, you should probably go see that, you should probably go see that. I was sending it, texting it, like, y'all should probably go see that. It was amazing to see.
Yes.
It was amazing to see all these pictures of these people on these walls, in this gallery. Like, it was amazing to see and feel. The energy was just so magnetic. Okay, Alonte, all right. So, yes, I've compiled a list of truths as it relates to my experience with the undercurrent. This list has helped me to ground even more, like I said, in my role as a creative. And perhaps it will resonate with those who feel these things too. Raise your hand if you're a creative, if you love to create. Ashe, just reading the room. So, I realized that when you explore the undercurrent, it must be with balance. You have to embrace the heavy with a light heart. We've heard a lot of heaviness today, but it's important to balance yourself with lightness as well. Two of these things can exist at once. Two of these things can exist at once. I've been telling myself, Brittany, you're not going to survive in this world if you don't realize that two things can exist at once. Extremes aren't always healthy. That brings me to my next point. It's possible to exist in the undercurrent and be a lover of warmer clients. but defaulting back into the depth. Oh, I love to get deep. I love to get so deep. It's like, girl, calm down, come back with us. But I love to get deep. Because it just feels there. It just feels. Experiencing the undercurrent is also an act in surrendering. It's a healing practice. And the undercurrent is a very vulnerable place. It's the small talk versus the deep conversation. It's the reality versus the superficial. Also wanted to give recognition to Olokun, the Orisha of the deep water. Oya is the Orisha of the fierce winds. These energies are present in the undercurrent. I believe that the undercurrent feels like the fifth dimension. It's an oscillation between the spiritual and the physical world. It's experiencing everything at once. Experiencing the all. As a culture creator, I choose to live in the undercurrent. It is indeed a choice to be here and create like this. It's a choice. I realize that the undercurrent, as unpredictable as it may be, has been keeping me alive, keeping me soft for adventure, and helping me to navigate the unknown. It is my purpose to display this nature of the undercurrent to my people. I challenge people to always go deep. My relationships end because of this. The undercurrent has its own timing. Not everything needs to be said. As a creative of the undercurrent, my offerings are often admired from afar or critiqued up close due to ignorance. This is a shortened list of the truths that I've gathered from the undercurrent, and I'm still basking in it. Not too deep though, keeping it light. But ashe to the undercurrent. Scientifically, the undercurrent forms beneath a breaking wave. It happens when colder, more salty temperatures sink to the bottom of the ocean. And so this poem that I'm about to read is called The Undercurrent, and it explores the physical, spiritual, cyclic nature of the undercurrent in my role as a creative. But before we begin, I would like to take some grounding breaths as we dive into the undercurrent. So inhale, hold it, 1, 2, 3, and release. Inhale, hold, 1, 2, 3, and release. Inhale, hold, 1, 2, 3, and release. One more time. Inhale, hold, 1, 2, 3, and release. And so underneath the warmth lies a cold truth. Blowing winds, pulsing deep, Mama Oya, Orisha, Olokun, hidden forces falling to its depth. Watching the waves break, forming, shaping, creating anew. That which is left unspoken but felt, where I stick my hands curating with the dark, where I take my light hosting matters of the heart, where my body shakes and temperatures drop. This is the undercurrent, where life and death meet, a quiet wisdom that never seems to sleep. An isolating home, incubating my role as the creative, a poet into storyteller, grandfathered into griot, to keep evolving into what matters, a cyclic nature, just so I can master this dance. Become a living deity, a goddess of the water, ultimately that which is me. Putting things back into perspective, running away, swimming away, pulling, pulled under, gasping for air, remembering to breathe and surrender to the undercurrent. And like today, we all gather when there's alchemy. after this heavy lifting, when the witnesses decide to speak. Capturing moments, freezing frames, binding their blood, sweat, and tears to the spines of $15 books. Timeless music, boots and cats and boots and cats. Sweating, dancing, painting portals, opening portraits. Interpreting timelines, stringing theories along the chaos of this undercurrent. A gentle, motivating reminder, forcing cognitive dissonance to think different, baptisms opening a world of possibilities that they see themselves in, for the culture. For moments that water our purpose, to see warm, floating bodies, centering their gravities, bellies full, hands throwing up sounds of praise for motion, treasure chest smiles. While more currents keep secretly generating for generations in this river. Forming, shaping, creating anew, watching the waves break. The undercurrent wants you to be silent and just listen. The chills you feel are invitations to meet at the water. Look at the surface and feel the deep. Take note of its messages, translate its technology, share your witness, and alchemize, and alchemize, and alchemize with your community. The Undercurrent. Thank you.
Brittany Ward. One more time, y'all, please. Marika, please, as well, one more time. Spirit as undercurrent. Ancestors as undercurrent. My brother got love in his smile, pain in his eyes though. So much trauma, he see it even when eyes closed. Heart outside made of steel, but the inside glowed. Shy glows, even when spirit raining inside cold. Whether we winter like late December, remember family paper, cold. Whether we winter like late December, remember grandma bring Bible scriptures like family pictures. Give the lesson to regulate, check your own temper, and ride the shit like a roller coaster with great adventures. Used to ask my brother Cat how he doing, sometimes he answered surfing. Riding the waves as they come, staying on top on purpose. Beat on the board whether either or feeling brave or nervous. Curves is expected, sometimes we need redirecting. Checking in with my brethren, the spiritual reinvesting. My man's wife transitions, I used to produce his sessions. Shit hit me hard, it took a minute to call him. Felt like I was stalling, but still sent energy his direction. My people on the scene, like casting it in elections, check the action. Her energy feeling hot, Bryce impressing. I'm checking all her boxes, like casting it in elections. She said I passed her test, like cast, I'm her technician. We in it for the extras. What? Like college taking electives? Yeah, my niggas take the streets, projecting it from my speech, be walking it in procession. Yeah, we in it for the extras. What? Like dividends and investments? Yeah, my niggas take the streets, projecting it from my speech, be walking it in procession. Undercurrent. What? So, Bryce hasn't signed this box yet. We're going to sign this box later. We super shout out to all of our storytellers. Marika P. Brittany Ward, Joel Floyd Green, the third five, Barry Mason, Bryce Detroit, eBay Best, Alonte Davis. Super shout out our visual storytellers. Ruby Flowers, Jenna, Joe Cavino, O'Shun Williams, Terrell, yeah, definitely shout out to Herzog already. You know, super shout out to Herzog, Jamar Lockett, Jamil, yep. Jamil. Who else, Alonte? Come on, dude. Super shout out Matt with the projections. Super duper shout out our media partner for this evening, my brother Corey Frazier with Detroit is Different. Make some noise for him. Yes. Want to leave us, excuse me, with for sure this thing. We are the force under the action. It is us and our individual and collective movement that literally will continue to create the waves. We already creating the waves. The point of this show was to uplift the wave makers.
Yeah.
For real. And to acknowledge that this fucking shit on top is only because this thing underneath. Only. So, super shout out to the wave makers. Super shout out to the soil. Those of us who are the soil from which the beauty of this 21st century Detroit culture exists. And is bringing forth, blooming forth. We are the force that creates the movement. The movement is the culture. Movement, culture being the way that we see ourselves, and then the way that we choose to be in relationship with each other. It is our energy. It is our visuals. It is our stories. It is our frequency, our vibration that informs and influences how we see ourselves, how we see each other, and then from there, we are inspiring how we relate to our environment. That's the fucking culture. So when we say that we are the movement, and the movement is the culture, it's because our energy projected forward creates the devices that actually, that support us self-actualizing. Fucking period, yo. This is not art. This is cultural production. We are not producing the things that the colonizer stole. We're producing the things that the colonizer stole. You feel me? Like, no, this ain't the art market shit. This is the cultural production. This is us making this to communicate with each other now, to influence how we see each other, how we relate to each other now, so that we can build out the fucking Detroit, the fucking future we need. We are responding. We are first responders as much as we are architects. Super shout out Kari Mason. We are responding to the circumstance right now. These visuals exist, our stories exist because niggas need to hear these stories because they're gonna hear other ones ad nauseum today. Our brothers, our sisters, our babies have already heard at least 1,000 times that they ain't shit today. They've already seen at least 1,000 times somebody looking like them, killing somebody who looked like them, and bragging about this shit. I'm talking about to a trap beat. Our babies have already gotten their daily dose of death. This is why we exist, to at least balance the fucking scales, to at least provide spiritual nutrition, knowing what's happening. We are as much first responders as we are the architects of the future. Do you hear me? We are the force that creates the movement. Do you hear me? We are the soil from which the culture grows. Do you hear me? Does this shit make sense?
Yes.
We are the undercurrent. Ashe?
Ashe.
Ashe? Ashe? Ashe up!
Ashe up!
My G.
Appreciate it. I don't need this. Yo, so I want to say thank you for everybody coming out. I just really want to bring thoughtfulness back. So if y'all just look around, I'm just like making moments and just capturing them and just like just putting them out here. So when everybody did an interpretation of their work, I knew when the storytellers, the poets, they was go touch another sensory. You know what I'm saying? Like we got the visuals art, and you can look at it, then you go think about it, go off in your head or whatever the neurotransmitters go transmit. But I know when the poets get in here, they go evoke that emotions. So that was like so beautiful. That was so beautiful to watch, so beautiful to hear, so beautiful to witness. And that element of the undercurrent, just like the motion of the whole show, to come head on with the poets and just to sit back and just be like, whoa, like that was crazy. I'm talking about I'm blew away right now. I'm blew away. I'm like super done. Like y'all, listen, I can't wait to watch the video. Like for real, like I'm doing my video. I'm like yeah. But I'm like, oh, it's over with the video. So I'm like, I can't wait to watch it. The way y'all blessed the space, the way y'all came and just really like poured your heart into it. And I'm just listening to it, like the portraits, the film, the undercurrent, the emotions, and all that emotion just coming through the room with all that energy and how powerful the water is. So water is just the strongest element to me. So you gotta just be formless, and you know what I'm saying? So for the show to go on for 4 weeks, you know what I'm saying, to keep adding to it, you know what I'm saying? It's immersive, it's definitely like innovative. Like, who was talking about my niece? Joe said something about my niece, so like, that made me feel so good because she took pictures during the opening and she literally hit me in my chest and was like, I'm blessing your camera. So like, she really felt it and like, you know what I'm saying? So now she a part of the show, so that's the young wave coming, splashing against me and like, we pushing her up to put her on a pedestal. Now she looking like, when she 12, go back to school like, girl, I was in the magazine. So right then and there, ain't no telling, like, yo, I've been like, when she 15, like, man, I've been doing this. You get what I'm saying? So like, then I got the OGs, the Peace, the Brittany Wards, the Joes, the Bryce, all like splashing with y'all and having y'all emotion come through, we mixing that. So I'm saying like we as a city come together. Like we coming through all these creeks and you know what I'm saying? We just go come together, form this river. And listen, like how you said, like the top wave, yeah. The downtown Detroit, but we know who got the strong force. So we stick together and like, we go wash them out. So that's what it really, so that's how I came. No, for real. So when I was thinking about collab, that's what I'm on, like, oh, okay. So we all come together, unity, you know what I'm saying? I was really thinking about unity. And another thing about this is like, I never seen nothing but an art show bring people together of all backgrounds, all races, old, young, rich, poor, like all those art shows go bring them together. I seen that at one of my shows and I was like,